Hey there, everybody. How's it going? It's a hockey update from my phone. I'm going to go to sleep after this. I'm so tired, but I figured, whatever, send out an email. This is what you get in the email. So you get a snapshot like this before everybody else, and you get to look at the games. And I've already reviewed it a little bit because I recorded the video once and got a text message and screwed up the recording. I was like, God damn it. All right, so let's just do it. We're prepared. So, not a confirmed goalie. If Vanacek plays, though, Washington is a pretty good pick there. And it doesn't predict a lot of goals in that game. It's kind of weird. Under 5.5, which I'm surprised in a Washington game. Toronto and Winnipeg, going to be a close game. 70 to 64% is that adjusted power comparison with Toronto and Winnipeg. So, like, close game, but you get a good line with Winnipeg, but it's not like they're not definitely going to win. So, it's a closer one. Calgary and Edmonton. This is, I think, a very nice, generous line for Edmonton there of only minus 139, given the difference in adjusted power. And then there's this streak over here on the right hand side, like how streaky the how what their win percentage has been over those days 15, 30, 45, up from a month all the way up to 2 months. And you can see that if green is good, red is bad. Edmonton's been playing better, especially in the first half of the season for sure. Little drop off recently, but Calgary huge drop off recently. I mean, well, actually Edmonton's dropped off percentage wise more, but Calgary's not been winning very much. So Edmonton's got a pretty good line there. Here's where the pick of the day comes in though, is St. Louis and Colorado. So it's not necessarily just Colorado to win because you notice that Jonas Johansson is playing goalie for Colorado and not Grubauer. Grubauer has a better goalie rating. This goalie rating is right here, right? The goalie rating, the goalie strength. So Jonas Johansson's is low, and Binnington's is also not having a good year. I mean, he's won a cup, but he's not having a good year this year. He's getting in fights and stuff. So look at how it predicts 5 goals for Colorado, big scoring game. I see goals in that game. I think Colorado over 3.5, the same thing that the secret person who was watching the video in Colorado a couple days ago, the pick that they had was also Colorado over 3.5. Here's another time you can do that and probably get a very good line about even money, I would imagine, at over 3.5. So that I like because I'm not going to pick Colorado to win. They're hot, but if they lose, it's going to be because Jonas Johansson gets too many goals scored on him. So I think Colorado will still probably score a lot in that game. And over is look at that. Look at 8.3 goals is what it's predicting. A sneaky alternate over of like over 7 or something, over 7.5 even, almost like over 8.5 because if it's 4-4 or whatever. But over 7 or 6.5, over 6.5 is more reasonable. You'll hit 7 probably there, and you'll get a better line. Over 7.5, you'll probably hit that too. So it's an interesting play there. Then Arizona and Anaheim, 2 bad teams. Aiden Hill going. Surprisingly, it says more goals in the San Jose LA game, which I would imagine probably has a lower over-under set for it. But I don't know, tougher games down there because all those teams are bad. So the pick of the day is something like, a parlay would be Edmonton and Colorado to win. I know it's not a great paying parlay, but that's a good money line parlay too. Then I'll pay more than even money. That parlay will. Winnipeg's a good single bet at plus 125 in case they get off to a lead. Maybe you can sell that bet early or something on DraftKings. I don't know what to do about Washington, and I'm not going to talk about CSA now. Another thing is, let's go back. I have yesterday's results right here. And yesterday's results were pretty good. I bet a little bit while I was driving. It was funny. I was in different states where it's legal and not legal. And I think all the states in between like Iowa and Virginia were basically legal. It was like Iowa was good. Illinois was good. I think Indiana was good. That's where I made the bet that I lost last night. Somehow I lost. You know what I bet? How did I lose? I had a big round robin, that's why. And I didn't lose everything. That's not true. I didn't lose everything. I won a little bit back, but I did lose money overall. I took Minnesota down here over Vegas because I saw that sneaky 3.3 to 3.1 score down there. That was the projected score. It said that Minnesota was going to win by projected score, even though not by power. I threw that on there, one that Nashville lost. That's what sucked. I had Nashville and everything. And Nashville lost, so I had them on both my tickets. Terrible. To never do that. If you're doing a bunch of round robins, don't make the same pick on multiple tickets. I made that mistake last night, and that's why I didn't win more money back. Carolina, Chicago was another one. I took Chicago against the algorithm's advice, at least by power, and lost that game. Didn't stay away from Montreal and Ottawa, but a lot of nice things going on here with Florida coming back to beat Grice because he's terrible. Tampa Bay blows a lead to Columbus. That was fascinating. I lost that. That was the other one that was a bummer. I don't know what's going on with them. I think they've locked it up, right? They're doing so well that I'm pretty sure they're already in the playoffs for sure. And then the Islanders Caps game ended up putting up like 2 touchdowns and two mixed extra points at 8-4 with 12 points. Like that's a crazy. I don't know what. I guess that's what happens without Vanacek, and I don't know why Varlamov's let. I don't know what the heck happened there, but Buffalo almost wins back-to-back games against the Rangers, ties it up and takes them to overtime, and then loses it. And then Pittsburgh and Boston had Pittsburgh, and just they shut down Boston even more than you'd think. So it was a pretty good day here. And looking over at those streaks on the right makes it kind of an interesting. What is this? Pittsburgh has won all of their games in the last 15 days. Good for them. Look at them. Is that right? Wow. How long has this season been? 3 or 4 months already. I can go keep doing that streak all the way over to the right to 100 to 150 days, whatever it is that the whole season is. It's probably not even that much. So anyway, all right, guys, that's hockey. Good luck, everybody. May all your picks be winning.